Welcome to the session. In this session, we will discuss some of the programs in Python. Let us see one by one. My first program I am going to take is, I have two strings as input. For example, if string 1 is Ram and string 2 is Rani, these are the two strings. Let us observe these two strings. The first address position 0, the both characters are equal, and the second position 1, both characters are equal. That means A and A. And go to the third position 2, second position, the character in first string is M and second string is N. Here no match is there. That's why your output should be written as 2. These two are the strings inputs and this is my expected output. Okay. For that I am using a functions concept to perform this operation. I used to take a string S1. Now S1 equals to input of enter string 1. Now take S2. S2 equals to input of enter string 2. Now I have S1 and S2. Now call this as S1 and this is S2. Now I am going to define a function def first difference. My function name is first difference. For this function I have two inputs, string 1 and string 2. These two are the inputs to my function. For these inputs I used to find the first difference at which index the first difference appeared. Now S1 and S2 are the inputs. Indentation mark we have. Next, I am taking a variable L. Here I am using a list comprehension I for I in range of len of, so take any len S1, len of S1 if S1 of I is not equals to S2 of I. This is my list. Let us see what happened. What L finally contains is that list. What that list contains, let us see. I have two strings S1 and S2. So I used to find the string as S1, just length of the S1. If S1 of I is not equals to S2 of I. Let us take this example. So how it's going to be work out. Let us take this example. Ram, len is 3. For initially I is going to be 0. Initially I is going to be 0. S1 of 0 is not equals to S2 of 0. What is S1 of 0? S1 of 0 is rar, not equals to S2 of 0 is also R. No, S1 of 0 is equals to S2 of 0. That means it doesn't perform any operation. Next, I value is going to be incremented to 1. Next, S1 of 1 not equals to S2 of 1. What is S1 of 1? S1 of 1 is A not equals to S2 of 1 is also A. Both are equal. So again condition failed. Next, I is incremented to 2. Here S1 of 2 not equals to S2 of 2. What is S1 of 2? S1 of 2 is M not equals to S2 of 2. S2 of 2 is N. M not equals to N. Yes, condition is true. S not equals to N. Condition is true. Then this I value, what is the I value? 2. This I value is going to be stored in I. This I value is stored in I. Okay. So that means this is the value what you want. This is the value what you want. And after that, it check for S1 of 3 not equals to S2 of 3. It checks all the next coming characters also. But what is the first difference? First difference is stored in this list. The first difference is in this list. Okay. Now I am going to write a statement. If len of L equals to 0, if len of L is nothing but this list is 0, then you can say both strings are unique, both strings are same. There is no difference between both strings. Okay. If this contains something data, it says both strings are not unique. So you are going to find at what element the first difference is. Okay. Now I am writing return 1 else return what I want. I want the first difference only. The first difference is stored at L of 0 plus 1. This is the first difference location. L of 0 plus 1. So this is going to be returned. Now I am writing a statement. If this is not belongs to this this function, it is out of the difference. Now I am calling if first difference of S1 comma S2 equals to 1 print a statement, print both strings are equal. Else again I have an indentation, print the first difference at position I am writing that position, first difference of S1 comma S2, right? So here just observe the thing. Here I am checking each and every statement where those are not different, where the problem is there. So that is going to be stored in L. Okay. I return L1 if it contains no data, that means 0. If it is 0, I return 1. Otherwise I return that first address location. Like this you have to identify the first difference in this program. Okay, second program. In this second program, I have a string str1. This is my input. This str1 contains my name, something Ravi. I use a symbol hash, age 30, qualification BTech. This is my string. This is my string. This contains my name Ravi, hash age 30, hash qualification BTech. This is the string I have. This is my input. I want output like splitting of this string at the position where hash founds. Here in this string, I have 2 times the hash is going to be found. That's why I'm going to split this entire string into multiple parts where hash found. So let us see. It used to create a list. My name Ravi, comma. This is the first element in the list. Next, age 30, second element in the list, and third element qualification BTech. Qualification BTech. If you give string like this, it used to split that string in this manner. This is my input and this is my output. Let us see the code for this. Let us take str1. How can you take the input? Input of enter string. Input of enter string. I simply entered my string. I want to split that string. That's why I am taking variable spstr1. This is the second variable I am taken, spstr1, which is nothing but splitted data, which is equals to str1 dot, this is str1, this str1 dot split. Split is a method. Already we have split method which is used to split the string based on the input. What is your input here? Hash. Where hash is found, that is going to be split into 2 parts. That means this is the part 1 and this is the part 2. That means how many times hash found in that string, it's going to split that many times. Okay, that is going to be, now we have a variable str1 print spstr1. It's going to be give the output like this. For example, I'm going to take another string. I am Ravi, age 30, BTech, like this. Here my split variable is comma. I am taken split as comma. Now you are going to write this same statement str1 equals to str1 dot split of comma. Comma operator is going to be used. Now let us take one more. str1 equals to I am Ravi, age 30, BTech. Now this is my string. Observe here white space is my separator. If you want to take white space as a separator, you simply write the statement str1 equals to str1 dot split. You just make this input empty. Then it will divide I am, comma, Ravi, comma, age 30 and BTech. Like this is going to be divided. So these are the statements in, here are the elements in the list. So the input what we are given in the split is a key to split the string into multiple parts and creates a list. Next program. So in this program, I'm going to discuss about the functions and the arguments, how we are going to pass for that function. So arguments are the values which are the inputs to the functions we all know. Already we have discussed how to define a function, how to get return a value from the function and all those things. Next, in arguments point of view, we have a concept, we have a different models to pass the arguments. In this session, we will see how to pass a argument. Let us see. Now, I want to define a function by using def keyword. Def. My function name is my name. My name is my function name. I pass a single argument. A single argument. That argument name is name. And close with indentation mark. Now I used to print a statement. Print my name is I simply use name here, plus symbol we have name here. So simply it prints my name is name. What is name? Name is a value where I pass to this function. Now how can you write this function? My name is nothing but function name. My name of this is Pawan and my name something Vignan. If you write this function, if you call this function like this, for the first time the value what you are passed is going to be placed in name and your output is my name is Pawan. Next, for the second time you passed argument Vignan to the name and next for the second time your output is my name is Vignan. So like this you are going to pass the single argument to the function. Next, if you have a multiple arguments, how can you add? Define. Now I am used to create full name and I pass the arguments F name, that means first name, and L name, that means last name, and close with indentation mark. Next, print my name is F name plus comma plus L name. If you write the statement F name and L name like this, the values are going to be what you are passed to these values are going to place here. That means if you call that function full name of, that means first name is P and next name is Ravi, your output is my name P Ravi. Like this, these two values are going to be passed to that element. Like this, your passed arguments, this concept is already we have learned in C programming language. So in Python we have a special arguments passing parameters we will see. In arguments The next model is arbitrary arguments. What is arbitrary arguments? Arbitrary arguments means if you pass multiple arguments, those arguments are in the form of list, we simply call it as arbitrary arguments. You are going to represent those arguments by using star symbol in Python. Let us see how can you perform. Let us take a function def. My function name is child. In that I used to write a star symbol name. This syntax is not available in C programming language. This is the program in Python only. Let us see. Print my first child is name of 0. Next, print my second child is name of 1. Again, print my third child equals to name of 2. Like this I simply represent. Here I used to place star name. I just take name of 0, name of 1, name of 2. That means this square symbol represents belongs to list. That means if you write a arguments, before that argument name, if you use star symbol, it says this is a input of list. Now let us see, let us call this function child of, now I am going to pass 3 values. First one is Ram, Ravi, next third one is Raj. Here I am not pass a list, so it will treat it as a list. Okay, now I just pass 3 values here. Now these 3 values are going to be represented with the name, but Ram is going to be represented with name of 0, Ravi is represents with name of 1, and Raj is represents with name of 2. At this case, these 3 values are going to be passed to this function. Now my output is my first child. What is name of 0? Name of 0 is first argument, Ram. Next, my second child. Name of 1. What is name of 1? It is Ravi. And next, third one, my third child. Which is equals to Raj. Like this, you have to pass the arguments. Here, n number of arguments you can pass. You can pass n number of arguments, but it will consider as a list. So that name of that argument of 0 index is going to represent the first element. Next, first index is 0 index is represents the first element. 1 is represents the second. 2 is represents the third element. And next one is represents the next element. Like this, so on, you can represent the element. Thank you.